This is the LG Spectrum 2 VS930 Take Apart Repair Guide, brought to you by Repair's Universe. To perform this repair, we suggest using a safe open pry tool, a small Phillips screwdriver, and for touchscreen repairs, we suggest using fresh adhesive. To begin, we're going to remove the back battery cover. From there, we can remove the battery, SIM card, and memory card. We then have 13 small Phillips screws, which will need to be removed from the back housing. With all the screws removed, we're now going to use a safe open pry tool to pry in between this seam here, releasing some of the clips holding the back housing in place. Using your pry tool, you just want to dig in carefully, not to shove your pry tool in too deep, damaging internal components, but just gently glide it along the outside edges, releasing as many clips as you can. And once the majority of clips are released, you can then fold the back housing away from the rest of the device. With the motherboard now exposed, we have 10 connections on the motherboard to release, including this camera, which needs to be removed from its socket. All 10 connections are simple pop connectors, including antenna cables, which just need to be simply lifted up using a safe open pry tool. With all the connectors released on the motherboard, we can now gently lift it up, being careful of the volume button flex cable, which is located on this right side. Using a small Phillips screwdriver, we then have 3 small Phillips screws to remove at the bottom of the device. Using a safe open pry tool, we're just going to remove this small little metal bracket covering the USB port. From there, we can then lift up this flex cable, which runs down the right side of the device and to the bottom. It's going to be held in place with a little bit of adhesive, so work carefully as to not rip the cable. Using our safe open pry tool, we're gently going to lift up on this black sticker covering the LCD flex cable. You want to be careful not to destroy it while you peel it back, and be cautious of ripping the LCD flex cable itself. Once you have it removed, you can remove it from the flex cable and put it to the side until reassembly. We're now going to release the lower portion of the LCD flex cable, which is held in place with a little bit of mylar tape right down here. Once that is peeled back, we're going to use a safe open pry tool and gently lift out the metal midframe, which is covering the LCD screen. Once the midframe has been fully removed, we'll now be able to lift out the LCD screen. It may be held in place with a small bit of adhesive. Gently just grip the LCD flex cable and lift it outward. The LCD screen can now be replaced if needed, and we are just left with the touchscreen and frame assembly. If you're replacing the touchscreen digitizer, the next step will be to heat the touchscreen and frame assembly to release some of the adhesive holding the touchscreen to the frame. Use a heat gun or hair dryer on a medium setting for about 30 to 45 seconds on each side. Take note that the volume buttons are now sitting loosely in the frame and can fall out, so be sure to put these to the side until reassembly. Now that we have the adhesive properly warmed, we're just going to use the Safe Open Pry tool, and beginning near the speaker mesh up in the top, we're going to begin releasing some of the adhesive holding the touchscreen to the frame. Gently glide your pry tool along the sides and bottom, releasing as much adhesive as you can, being cautious of the lower flex cable here for the keypad, and just work your way around all four sides until all the adhesive is released. The final step will be to slide the touchscreen digitizer flex cable through the small slot in the housing, and now you can replace your touchscreen digitizer.